I'm Sara Ice. I am the Conservatory Director for Technical Theater and the Costume Designer for As You Like It. So for As You Like It, we were really working with developing two different worlds. We have this world of the court, and we really only see that in Act 1, but it really needed to be distinct, and we were working with some inspiration images of steel and glass buildings, and so really having that cold, very organized, strict world that was a little restrictive for our court. So when we went to the Forest of Arden, we were really looking at a more free world, a world where Rosalind and Celia could start to become themselves and find their way. So the time period we're loosely basing the designs on for the show is the 1870s. So for anybody who knows the bustle, so that's where all the skirts that were bunched up on the backside of the women. So when we start, we're in the world of the court. We're in the world of Queen Frederique here. And again, that blue-gray world, that 1870s bustle, but the sleeves are going to be a little more restrictive. We're not necessarily doing crowns. We're going to do more of a nod to a British fascinator to bring in kind of the way of the world this is. This is one of those shows where I actually get to do a lot with pattern. And as we get into the forest, we're going to see lots of pattern on top of pattern and those combination things. We're setting it in like French Canada. So we're looking at the 1870s. When we think of the 1870s, we typically think of the American West and the gold rush. And there's a lot of gunslingers and stuff. That's not French Canadian of the 1870s, but the clothing is still the same. So there's still a similar feel. Instead of cowboys, we have fur trappers and loggers and lumberjacks. And so a lot of the basis of the patterns and stuff we're using in the forest are those plaids and a lot of those textury like corduroy and stuff that has this great feel that would create warmth for that person if they actually were in winter in Canada. When we look at then characters like Rosalind and Celia, they start in the court. So we're talking about 1870s, the blue-gray world. And then they move into the court. They're going into disguise. They actually change their names at that point. So we had to represent, well, where did those clothes come from? And the story we were telling when I was working with Emily Trust, the director, was about, well, where would they have gotten these clothes and how would they have found them? And it was more that they didn't have them, they weren't made for them, but they were things they found along their way as they were leaving the court. And then we have the wedding at the end, so we wanted to represent the free-flowing nature of the changes that the characters have been through.